When it counted in the past, we were there. As manufacturers and dealers, we've all heard the history, the accounts of the monumental news-making events that we were proud to be a part of. The remember when stories that inevitably get retold over and over again as part of our combined memories. Legends that carry forward with us from generations of employees and dealers who came before us. Those stories are events we take pride in because although we may not have been there personally, we're proud to be associated with the company. Stories told by generations of employees, dealers, producers, and customers who proudly supported the Kohlberg, Pioneer, Johnson Crusher, AMS, and the PEP names. When it counted in the past, we were there. More than 50 years ago, the unspoken influence of our product was a valuable asset in rebuilding a war-torn Europe. We were instrumental in the rebuilding effort by sending hundreds of crushers and equipment to a continent that was devastated by war and in dire need of rebuilding its infrastructure. The Army's call was swiftly answered. When it counted in the past, we were there. While the country mourned and was shocked and confused, our dealers stepped up and provided track machines to help with the cleanup of the 9/11 disaster. When it counted in the past, we were there. During the confusing and heart-wrenching summer of 2005, our dealers and our producers were there to help with solutions to help with the cleanup of Hurricane Rita and Hurricane Katrina, with its disaster almost too large to fathom. When it counts in the present, we are there. Every day, our products in relationship with our dealers, their producers, and ultimately in conjunction with end consumers are working on new and creative uses for aggregate products that make people's lives easier.
Well, you've got this stuff, it's just junk. It's difficult to deal with. You know, you can't drive over it or grade it out or anything. I mean, it's worthless. It's obviously needs to be gotten rid of. And if you can take that and turn it into something that you can use, you've done something good. Hopefully there's money in it, but even if there wasn't, you'd be doing something good for the world. You know, take something make something out of nothing.
Well, yeah, we're turning something that we can't use into something we can use for the roads, you know, and replacing the roads. You've been down the freeway, they're pretty beat up, so this is gonna help you. It's probably saving costs on your car when the road gets replaced.
Well, you're able to hold the camera still, so it must be, the road must be smooth.
It's the closest thing you're going to find to Mayberry in this state. 6,000 people and everybody rides their bikes. Just the fact that we could get a permit to crush inside city limits is an incredible testament to this town. The town got behind us and said, yes, we want to recycle. Ripon's a great place to live, it's a great place to raise your family, and it's a great place to work. Cow Crush started in 2000. We primarily recycle concrete on site, meaning we go to where the crushing is. We take our portable plants. Mostly our plants are all on tracks, so we can get in and get out fast, and we crush concrete for customers to use as they see fit. Crushers on tracks literally revolutionized our industry and what we were trying to do. It made it possible, instead of mobilizing an entire day, you can mobilize in an hour and a half. And literally, you could be, tear down one day and be set up before 24 hours had elapsed at another site. And that really revolutionized what we were trying to do. Jacktone Road hadn't been touched for a while. This city is just bike rider crazy. They have bike paths everywhere, and they redid this main thoroughfare of Ripon, and they made this huge bike path with a delineator so cars can't get on it. And it's really a beautiful project. They used the grinding machine to grind up all the asphalt. They came here and we turned that right back into road base and went right back to the project less than a week later. What's unique about the road base is it's made 100% of recycled material. Concrete, asphalt, and there are other things mixed in there as well. Anything that's, people rip up their driveways and it goes under the roads that we drive across and the parking lots we park on. They put it down underneath the asphalt and it'll last for years. They haven't done anything with Main Street in over 20 years.
Our Main Street previously was just a certain section from Stockton to Wilma. That's kind of how the community treated downtown Main Street. So we're trying to expand that downtown feel.
So they decided to just redo the entire Main Street of Ripon.
And we have a lot of football games. Football's big in this town. So when people come to games, they go to spend time downtown at the local businesses. They have a nice, clean atmosphere, a good aesthetic roadway, landscape. Everything looks nice. So that's why there's been a good focus on Main Street, and the community benefits from that.
They grinded all the streets up, and all the grindings came to our site, and we recycled them right back into the streets of Ripon. So those grindings never left city limits.
Citizens will reap those benefits for years to come.
And what is unique and wonderful about this place?
It's Colorado. It's the greatest place to work and live. We're actually in Eagle County right now, which is real close to the airport where we're getting ready to do that expansion. We're based out of Grand Junction, which is on the very western part of the state. And we like being here. Everything that we're mining today all came from the river. Well, we depend on it for the gravel needs and our water. We'll have a lot of reservoirs on the river, and again, most of our deposits come out of that river. Good quality aggregate. And a lot of times we get done with these pits, we reclaim them and they'll have a huge lake left behind, which most of the time it turns into residential, and they'll build luxury homes around it. Or several times we've actually donated the property in the lake to the state or to the park system, and they've made a park out of it. Actually doing a large airport job in the Eagle County area, and we're making a specialty base for the FAA, which they're extending the runway at the Eagle County Airport and the side taxiways. It's going to take a little over 100,000 ton of the base course, and it's taking right at 100,000 ton of asphalt material for the airport.
We're doing a job right here in our hometown in Jamestown, California, and we've been running the crusher for about a month already, and we've got about 40,000 yards stockpiled on site, and it's a landfill restoration project. Well, the Jamestown landfill's been an eyesore to the county for about 15 years since it's closed. We're dealing with a lot of erosion problems from the way it was built and closed previously. So the county's finally glad to be able to get enough money to make this project happen this year and fix the problems around the area to really clean up the site. It's been a bad problem with water quality control, and a lot of different agencies have been a part trying to get this going. So hoping the end result will really clean up the area in the county and make it look a lot nicer and a lot more pleasing to the public.
I've noticed over the last couple of years, and increasingly now, a popular movement to minimize the carbon footprint of everything that we're doing. Do only what needs to be done. Now this recycling thing, on your average demo job, they're demolishing the project in order to make room for something else. The chances are they can use that material right there. Anytime they can do that, this on-site crushing is it's a no-brainer. Oh, this is only going to increase. I told my wife to brace herself because I said I'm probably going to need a second crusher next year, and maybe a third one after that.
Working as a team, our dealers, producers, and end consumers will strive to improve the quality of life in the years to come. Together, we too will one day be the subject of stories told by future generations of employees, dealers, producers, and consumers, all unfold as we watch the timeline of this now spoken influence. KPI-JCI AMS. When it counts in the future, together, we will be there.